Hey you guys, this is Coach Joshua bringing you another video, and this video is coming from R.2, which is we're focusing on objects on a coordinate plane. Okay, so basically, right, the question is, what is the y coordinate of point U? Okay, so basically they're going to give you letters, right, give you coordinates, plot points on the coordinate plane. You have to find the letter that they're asking you for, right? It's all about following direction. Okay, so remember, coordinate plane always has a y-axis that goes vertical. It's a vertical number line, and an x-axis that is a horizontal number line. Okay, so all you're going to do is locate the point. So we're looking for point U. So point U is located, right? Compared to 0, it's to the left of 0 and above 0. All right, so whenever you get to these points, right, we know coordinates always have a x coordinate and a y coordinate. All right, the x coordinate tells you what two directions, right? It runs horizontally, so it tells you left and right. Okay, the y coordinate is always the second coordinate, and it tells you vertically, right? Because if I'm thinking about directions, right, I want to be as specific as I can, right? I want the X to be represented first every time, and I want the Y. So that way, every time I see a coordinate, I know when I see this first coordinate, I'm thinking about the XX. When I see this second coordinate, I'm thinking about the Y-axis. All right, so here we go. We know we always start with 0, right? And that's where these two intersect, 0, 0. So I'm just going to ask myself, how do I get to this U point that's plotted? What two directions I must move to get to the U? Well, I'm going to move along the x-axis first, right? So I'm going to be thinking about this first coordinate. I'm going to move 1, 2. So I move twice to the left, right? I'm now under the U, so I no longer have to move any more left because I'm lined up with the U under it, right? So basically, how many times did I move? 1, 2. So I moved twice, right? But which direction did I move? I moved left, so therefore this will be -2. Because remember, when you move to the left of 0, the numbers are negative. When you move below 0, the numbers are negative. When you move to the right, it's positive. When you move up, it's positive. So since it's in this quadrant, which is quadrant 2, we'll go over that later. You move twice to the left. Now, am I going below or am I going above 0? Well, U is up here, so I'm going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that means my vertical way that I'm moving is 4, and that is up 4, so I'm going to leave this as a +4. So these are the directions to get to that point. That's all a coordinate plane is, okay? Directions to get to a certain point. All right, so now the y coordinate. Now in this case, they're not asking me for both coordinates, right? What is the y coordinate? So since they're asking for the y coordinate, I'm only going to give them the coordinate that they're asking for. So this is the one they're asking for. So I'm going to say 4. Okay. All right. Again, this is asking what is the y coordinate of point y. So now I must locate point y. So w, x, v, y. Okay, so y is now located. So I should already be trying to process what are my two directions I have to move to get to y. Okay, so it looks like it's below 0 and it looks like it's to the right of 0. So I should already be thinking one of these numbers should be positive and one of these numbers has to be negative. Okay, so I know x and I know y. Okay, so I'm going to start on 0 and then I'm going to move along the x-axis first because that's my first coordinate. So how do I move? Well, I must move to the right first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I move 4 times. Now I'm lined up with it, so I'm going to say this is 4. Okay, since I move right, it's going to stay +4. Then I'm going to move down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, so I move down 5 times. So I know that is my vertical movement is 5. And now it has to be down, so it is a -5. So my coordinate is 4, -5. Well, they're asking me for the what? Y coordinate. So this is what I'm giving them. Okay, sometimes they will ask you for the x coordinate. You're going to give another one. Okay, so this will be -5. Okay, fantastic. All right. So I may skip ahead a little bit. And this one is actually for the x coordinate. So when you finish, okay, I'll show that one. Okay, so I start here, right? We know, excuse me, we know we have an x and we know we have a y, right? So the x coordinate is the horizontal movement. So I'm looking for L, right? So where's L? Located right here. So this one, I'm moving to the left and I'm moving down, right? So I should already be thinking, well, both of these numbers are gonna have to be negative because I get negative numbers going left and I get negative numbers going down. So I'm gonna move 1, 2 to the left. So once I write my 2 to the left, put my negative. And then I'm gonna move 1 down. So that's a negative 1. All right, now this time they're asking me for the x coordinate. So I'm going to give them this one. So you have to read and understand what they're asking you, okay? So now, let me skip ahead a little bit, okay? Now they want both coordinates, right? So I like to always start off, right? My parentheses, x, y. Right? So now I always start at my origin, right? Which is 0, 0. This is where they intersect. And I'm looking for who? Point E. So I know my E is in quadrant 2. So it looks like I have to go left and up. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is negative 4, right? I should be able to speed up a little bit now. And I move up once. It's positive, right? So this, when I read this negative 4, this is telling me, oh, I should move left 4 because the x is negative. That means move along the x-axis is negative. And then I should move up once. Without even looking at the coordinate plane, I should know the directions based off of these numbers, okay? So then I'm going to put negative 4 and 1.